guys, and welcome back to another bitterly cold morning. Luckily I have all this stuff right next to my doorstep. This is about 5 minutes from my house, so it's nice to be out nice and local and shooting and still getting to use my camera in these tough times. This morning I've dragged myself out into the freezing cold, and the weather forecast this morning was predicted for about -2, -3, feels like -6, -7, 100% fog, and yeah, it was pretty much guaranteed for a hoarfrost. I do apologise for wind noise. It is quite windy at the moment because the weather forecast was lying. And yeah, I've come out to another high point, pretty much where I was the other day actually for New Year's Day. New Year's Day I was over there on Pilsden Pen. I'm just a little bit further round to the right today. And yeah, very lucky to have this all on my doorstep, and it's got a better view of Colmers Hill than the other hills around here. So I've actually lined up a composition of Colmers Hill for now, and I think later on when the sun breaks the horizon, all the flat grounds here with all the trees on will make for some really nice compositions and kind of intimate compositions with a 200mm. That is my plan for this morning, and I'm just going to finesse this composition, and I'll talk you through my settings, and yeah, try and get a couple of shots in the bag. But it's just nice to be out. It's just nice to be out doing what we love, all by ourselves obviously, but it is nice, it's lovely. It's bitter though, it's absolutely freezing. I hope it snows. Not today, but what I do, but I hope it snows. So composition is set up. Actually I've got two. I'm not decided yet if I'd like the landscape or the portrait version better, so I've taken two. But I have opted to use the Lumix's high res mode because Colmers Hill is still quite a way away, and 200mm is enough, but it's not quite enough. I wish it was like 250, 300mm, and then it would be perfect. So obviously this camera is very high resolution and I can crop, but opting to use the high res mode of the camera gives me 187 megapixels to play around with, so I can crop in a lot more using that, and I can only use that when there's nothing moving in the scene, and obviously the camera is on a tripod and it's still. So yeah, the camera takes multiple images, and then it blends more together, and I can get a much more detailed image, so it enables me to crop in a little bit more if I need to. So that's what I've done on the camera. And I think I got the shot maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago when the light was a little bit better. It's kind of gone a bit white now. The sun is starting to creep up, but that nice warm ambient glow that you have maybe an hour before sunrise, about 10 or 15 minutes ago, yeah, I think I managed to get a shot then. So settings for it were 20th of a second f8 ISO 100, no filters, and just high res mode, and just really nice conditions. And there is some like moisture in the air. You can see foggy patches and you can see misty patches. It's not the best I've ever seen it in these areas, but it's nice, and it's a nice image. And I think this nice glowy sky, it's kind of really nice pastel colours, works really well against the cold blue icy fields. And yeah, nice shot. It's a nice shot, different perspective, different angle. And yeah, another one to add into the bag of images. I've got quite a lot of Colmers Hill. I like Colmers Hill, it's so photogenic. So yeah, let's see if I can find anything else. So image one in the bag, and quite nice, different perspective, and yeah, I like it. I like the sky. I like most things about it. I'm not quite settled on this location. I think I'm going to have to treat this morning as a bit of a recce, and have a little mooch around and a little walk around and try and find some unique compositions. And I'm struggling at the minute, I think, because the sunrise is unfolding, and I'm trying to capture pictures, but I'm also not happy with the composition. So it's kind of difficult to kind of work and get images that I'm happy with, because I'm not happy with them in my mind, if that makes sense. So I've picked up a move from where I was, come into the trees a little bit more. It's a bit more sheltered, so it's a bit warmer, and it's actually got a better perspective looking across the whole of this valley towards Colmus Hill and towards the sunrise and the other hills over there. And I think this is a much better perspective than it was over there, so I'm going to try and get a few images from here. I did a panorama on New Year's Day up at Pills and Pen, and it came out really, really nice, and I popped it up on screen for you guys, and a lot of people actually reacted to it and said it was really nice. So I'm going to try and attempt one now. I'm not quite sure how it's going to come out, but I think it could be quite nice because all the fields are still like cold and blue, and the sky is unfolding, and the clouds are really, really nice. It's very unique, but I just feel like I'm not quite high enough. I think I need to be higher up. That's why the other location worked a little bit better. But again, treat it as a recce, have a little look around and try and find some unique and different compositions. So I'm going to get the tripod leveled up and make sure that the camera is perfectly level, and then I will talk you through what I'm doing and my settings and my thinking behind it and how to set up for a panorama to shoot in a location like this. So you can do some panoramas yourself, because they are really rewarding if you get it right and you get that nice big stretch of the landscape. So panoramas can be quite difficult to get right, but the biggest thing you need to worry about is your tripod. You could have a leveling base on your tripod, but they're quite expensive and a lot of people don't use those. I don't use them either. I don't do a great deal of panoramas, so when I do, you have to make sure that your tripod is completely level. Now, I am on a slope at the minute, and you can see my camera is fully extended. The first leg, the leg that's going out in front down here, is fully extended, and this tripod stands at about 6 foot tall, the same as me. Because I'm on such a gradient, such a hill, I've had to drop the back 2 legs in order to get the tripod to sit level. And of course that has dropped the tripod down to this height here, and I'm standing above it. But having your tripod level is the biggest thing you need to worry about when it comes to lining up your panoramas. Obviously try and find your subject or something out there that you like the look of, and it always works well in like a 3x1 crop. So I'm always imagining like 3 wide, 1 high, and this sort of vista is perfect for that sort of shot. I feel like I don't really do it justice if you just do a normal landscape photo, a landscape crop of viewpoints like this. It kind of needs to be a panorama, you can get more in. And the sun is just breaking over the horizon now actually, so I'm going to grab a shot in a sec. So as well as getting your tripod absolutely level, the second most important thing is to make sure that you pan across your image before you go and take the image. So what I mean by this is set up your panorama where you want to shoot, then go a little bit wider each side, and then just pan across and look at your histogram, and you'll probably see that it's darker one side and it's lighter the other, because we've got like the sun rising here, so it's going to be a lot brighter when we're looking towards the sun than it is when we're looking to the left of the scene over here in the darker bits. So you need to make sure that you compensate for that. So I'm actually shooting 2 stops under exposed to the left hand side of the scene, and then when I get round towards the sun, my histogram is reading actually perfectly exposed, so it should be, I might have to stop it down a little bit more, but it should be pretty much spot on, and that way then later on I can pull back the shadows and make sure that everything is balanced correctly. You could take a HDR image as well, so you could take 3 or 4 shots of each shot if you like, so 4 shots, 4 shots, 4 shots, 4 shots, and then blend the whole lot together, but then it's going to make a massive file, and if you haven't got a supercomputer to stitch it all together, it's going to be screaming. So I'm going to try and grab this shot now. It's looking quite nice, the sun is just about to break the horizon, and I will try, fingers crossed, and put a panorama up on screen for you guys in a sec. If I don't, that means I've cocked it up, and all what I just said is absolute nonsense. Sometimes when you get back, panoramas don't stitch. For some reason, you can do absolutely everything in the field to try and make sure that it's perfect, but for some reason they don't stitch, and it's just one of those things. So I'm pretty confident that that panorama worked out From the back of my screen it looks absolutely perfect, and obviously you guys know if it did or not because it was up on the screen. And the sun is up now. I absolutely love this feeling when the sun rises and it just instantly warms your body. You can see the world waking up. It's just lovely. I absolutely love it. It's the best bit of the day. And I've got another shot of Colmers Hill right now. I've shot this hill so many times, and if you have locations like this near you, with lovely viewpoints like this, and you can shoot an iconic location, don't feel bad if you overshoot it all the time. It's nice to go out and shoot it and hone your craft and make sure that everything you do in camera is just perfect for those right moments and those right times where you can get an absolutely amazing image. This morning is not one of those mornings where I'm going to get fantastic images. It's just nice to be able to come and tick this location off, go for a bit of a recce, also get an image or two of a different perspective and a different viewpoint, and just have a look to see if there's anything else. So I urge you to go and try and find areas around you that have maybe well-known locations that you can just mooch around and have a shoot here, shoot there one morning, and just try and tick them off the list, because it gives you a lot more locations that you can come back to next time. So the sun is rising, it's very, very bright, and it's a really, really nice location this to actually shoot Colmers Hill, because the sun comes up behind all the hills, and if you get mist and fog in the valley, which I have this morning, you get some really, really nice glow, and the image looks very, very soft and very, very glowy on the back of my screen, and that's nice. I like that. As long as focus is absolutely on the money on Colmers Hill, it should be a really, really nice shot. And the colours look just incredible as well. So back into a portrait orientation, high res mode, 187 megapixels, 200mm, so that I can crop in a little bit more as well later on if I need to, and just try and capture some of this beautiful light. But yeah, nothing super special this morning. It's just one of those mornings, but it's just nice to be out all by myself in the middle of nowhere, just doing what you love, and that's all we can do right now. So get out and shoot, and as long as you're by yourself, you're fine, and just enjoy this, because this is the best bit of the day, and that's what photography is about. It doesn't matter if you get amazing images all the time. It's just being out and about and enjoying this. Gosh. So a couple of nice images this morning. Time to pack up now. The sun is truly up, and it's just beautiful. It's just lovely. I love waking up and doing photography and just enjoying watching the sun come up like this. It's just beautiful. Like I said, a couple of nice images in the bag there. Nothing super special, but another location I've been meaning to check out, ticked off the list, and yeah, a couple of nice shots. So I hope you've enjoyed this morning. I've actually got the drone up for once. I haven't done that for a while. And yeah, let's get home, warm up and have some coffee. But I'm going to wrap this one up here. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you've managed to get something from this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do consider clicking subscribe below, give us a like, tell us what you think down in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.